We're going to start off talking about your little face. Start off talking about Leicester. Have a listen to this first. Former Leicester City midfielder Neil Lennon joined the Breakfast Show this morning. He said he's concerned that big players will leave the club if they get relegated.
The likes of Maddison, Tielemans, a couple of other players, they're not going to hang around and play in the Championship. I think there'll be, not only for financial reasons, but for footballing reasons, there'll be big changes. There'll be, for me, a big rebuild, if they are in the Championship. But what they need to do is to stop the bleeding in games. I mean, even against Everton, where they drew 2-2 at home, they played okay, Coisty, but they looked so vulnerable at times. I mean, Calvert-Lewin could have had a hat-trick that night if it wasn't for the goalkeeper.
It's interesting what he's saying there, and it's interesting from Leicester's perspective about how Leicester fans view their club and how they've viewed it over the last, I suppose 10 years since they won the league, won the FA Cup, and now they find themselves looking down the barrel of Championship football next season. That must be a scary prospect for everyone involved at the club and also the fans as well. One of the questions we're asking about is whether or not the fans will look at this club now where it is and think, are those great days, and by that I mean not just challenging for FA Cups and Premier Leagues, but playing in the Premier Leagues, are those days well and truly behind them, or do you see Leicester as that type of side that will bounce straight back up?
I think they can bounce straight back up, but I mean it's sad to see, because you talk about the 15-16 season. We always talk about that under Ranieri when they won the league, and then he left and Craig Shakespeare came in. Since that 2016-17 up until this point, they'd always finished in the top 10. They finished 9th.
Have they really?
9th, 5th, and 8th. That's good going for Leicester City Football Club. But now it's the way this kind of gone out. They've gone out in a whimper, because I thought at the start of the season when we were making our predictions who could go down, Leicester was nowhere near where I thought they'd go down. I thought no, with the squad they've got, the players they've got established internationals. They've got people like Tielemans who plays for Belgium. Look at that midfield, De Bruyne and people like Axel Witsel, and Tielemans, he plays in that. You've got Maddison, exciting English talent. I mean, Harvey Barnes, another one. They've got good players, but for whatever reason this season it just hasn't worked, and they've left themselves a mountain to climb. And
that mountain is away at St James's and then at home to West Ham.
So
are they down?
So the West Ham one they could get something from.
Yeah, because West Ham you hope will be playing
exactly
in the final.
But even if they weren't, I still think West Ham's not given that they can't beat West Ham.
No, I agree with you.
But the Newcastle away one's going to be difficult. But when you look at the squad, they shouldn't be in this position. Leicester City.
No, they shouldn't. Why are they, Benny?
Underperforming.
Brendan?
I liked Brendan, but if they felt like he wasn't the right one and the right manager, and when he started to make noise about giving these interviews where it almost sounded to me like he wanted to get sacked, they should have just sacked him then and moved on. But they left it to the point when they sacked him, they had no plan B who they were going to bring in. Obviously, Vardy's not played as much. Maddison's had his injuries. Defensively, they've been absolute shambles. They concede way too many goals. They're too open. Johnny Evans, I think, has been a big miss.
Huge.
I think he's been a big miss. Experience, and even that decision there to put him in when he's not played for a long time, I thought that was a little bit.
That smacks of desperation, doesn't it?
Also, and it wasn't fair on him, Johnny Evans, because he's not played for a long time. So all these factors, I think the only concern, if Leicester can survive, fantastic. Reinvest in the squad.
What do you mean survive? If they can survive, what do you mean?
If they stay in the Premier League this season. My only concern for Leicester City is that if they don't survive and they go down, is how many of their players are going to go?
Tielemans
gone.
Sancho.
Yeah, he's already agreed to go Atletico, hasn't he?
Yeah. Maddison.
Yep, gone.
Barnes.
He'll go.
I think Iheanacho will go.
So I get the Iheanacho, but who takes him? Someone's got to take him from the league.
He's a decent forward, right?
Yeah, he is, but I can't think.
West Ham?
Well, they've got Antonio and they've got Scamacca. And Ings. They just bought Ings.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
So there's three.
Yeah, but Antonio and Ings, they suffer from injuries quite often.
Yeah, but
I like Iheanacho. I think he's a good player. I thought not Man City would mad to let him go, because obviously the talent they've got there is ridiculous. But I thought he was a good player to let go.
Yeah. Okay, well, you've got him, but then you've got the likes of who else is there? Who are they?
What other clubs that you could go to?
No, I'm talking about who else will leave there.
All right. Well, I've just named 5.
Yeah, that's a big 5.
That's a lot.
I think Vardy will stay. I can't see him going anywhere.
I agree.
I think that's his club. And as I said, I think I said it yesterday, he won't want his last memory of people thinking of him at Leicester, or his last hurrah being a relegation.
No, he will want it
going the other way.
Yeah. Do you worry for them if they do go down, whether or not they can bounce? If those 5 go, Maddison will 100% go.
Yeah. But so is Tielemans, he's on a free.
Yeah, that's right.
So Suncho, them 3 are definites.
Yeah.
I think I don't think they'll do the double where they go down and down again. But,
no, I don't.
But the core of their squad, they need to hold on to.
We've seen sides like Leeds, Aston Villa, big sides go down and not come straight back up.
No, it might take a bit of time. That championship's notorious, but as long as you don't get double relegation, then that's a big problem. But I think Leicester will be able to come back.
Okay.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.